The following is for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. I wanted to quit my job. Years of construction work, bill paying, empty bank accounts, extended credit card debt, and missed vacations came together with the isolation created by the global pandemic and brought me to one resounding conclusion. I wanted to quit my job. The entire Groundhog Day process, where Puxatawny Phil wakes up, relives the same monotonous day with the same conclusion, winter is never going to end, had beaten me down to where I had lost all hope, all anticipation of change, all expectation of different results from same actions. I wanted to quit my job. Of course, I still needed an income. Were I still in my 20s and unencumbered, I would have simply grabbed up my shit, thrown double deuces at the loss, and hiked out to the parking lot, skipping to the rhythm of my newly seized freedom. A revolution, if you will, a break from the establishment, an act of defiance so final and so perfect in execution that it could literally inspire a generation of mindless toil workers who line the pockets of corporate America with their own individual sweat equity and temporal sacrifice to engage in mass exodus from the trap of getting and keeping a job you dislike to pay for all the material goods they did not possess prior to the acquisition of said job. But I digress. In case you missed the previous episode, I had watched the show Billions and ended up with a Robinhood trading account as a perceived solution to my financial woes. This led to my invention of the Stockomatic 2000 money-making machine, which was designed to churn money out at a mind-boggling pace. I confess, there were glitches in the prototype, but once I learned about options trading, I was ready to make a few adjustments to the machine and crank it up again. I watched enough YouTube to get the gist of it, blah 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 options, blah 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 calls, blah 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 Greeks, and I was ready to go. I took what little bit of money I had and put it back into the hopper, fired up the Robinhood app and requested options trading level 2. Permission granted, I went to work. It was so easy, it was like stealing candy from, well, let's not focus on the candy. This is way easier than researching stocks. There was only 2 strategies to follow, and it only required answering one question. Do you think the stock is going up, or do you think the stock is going down? You see, they have an option for both. The best part, it doesn't matter what stock you pick, they all have options. Giddy with this newfound power, I set out buying puts and calls as fast as the app would allow me, then sat back and waited for the rewards to pile in. The Stockomatic money-making machine 2.0 was chugging along nicely. You know what happens to your money when you trade options without actually knowing anything about trading options? You lose all of it. All of it. Let me say that one more time. All of it. An option purchased on Monday was literally worth nothing the following day. I was disgusted once again. The Stockomatic 2000 money-making machine was in fact a money-eating machine. Instead of churning out endless profits, it was a financial black hole from which no form of currency could escape. Time to tear it down and throw away the parts. While taking a break from dismantling the machine, I had a Heineken-induced thought process. If I bought options and they expired worthless, where did my money go? Back to YouTube to study options further. Several beers later, I felt I had absorbed enough information to reverse engineer where I had went wrong. I had spent money on options that were cheap. That is, with low premiums, a word I learned after the fact, because they were already out of the money, a term I learned after the fact, and expired worthless, a result I learned after the fact. I had been buying magic beans. My money remained with the person who sold me the beans. Wait, you can sell options instead of buy options? And when they expire worthless, you get to keep the premium? This was the solution to all the previous failed attempts. This was perfect. This was tailor-made for me. I would buy 100 shares of a cheap penny stock, back to the Robinhood Top 100 list, and sell covered calls against it. What could possibly go wrong? Armed with this new information and an unwavering desire to quit my job, I started working on rebuilding the Stockomatic 2000 money-making machine 3.0. But that is another story. This has been the Edge Report.